What's up, Hardwood Nation? I'm your online host, Nick Camiotti, welcoming you inside the set of Hardwood Heroes. I'm joined by Athens reporter Emily Roars, here to break down the Athens Lady Bulldogs win in the district tournament tonight. So, Emily, they faced off against the Miami Trace Lady Panthers tonight, and this was expected to be a defensive battle from the start.
And it was. Both teams are known for having a solid defense. The Lady Panthers generally in the first half, while the Bulldogs dominate the second. But this was kind of a struggle for both teams from the start. The game was close at the end of the first, the Bulldogs up 9-8, and they did manage to increase their lead to 17-9 by the end of the half. They had points on the board from almost every scorer, along with a number of assists and rebounds. It was shaping up to be an all-around team effort for the Bulldogs and an easy win. But the Miami Trace defense had a different plan for the second half. They kept the Bulldogs to that 17 points till almost the 3rd minute mark in the 3rd quarter. After that, Dominique Dosick sunk 2 free throws, which really brought the Bulldogs back into the game. The second half was a lot closer than the first, and the Bulldogs got a lot of their points from free throws. Dominique Dosick had 11 of her 18 points come from the foul line, while 13 of the Bulldogs' second half points came from free throws alone.
Now, you mentioned that final score, 34-23. Athens, obviously, you said stuck on 17 points for a while. That's incredibly low for a tournament game. Normally, you expect some more offense, and we've seen from the Lady Bulldogs all year, they have several options where they can score. So how did Miami Trace throw them off of their game tonight?
Their defense was just too much for the Bulldogs to handle. The Bulldogs were passing around the ball, trying every player to get up some baskets, but the Panthers were just too strong for these Bulldogs. They forced a lot of turnovers, got a couple of steals, and it was just more than what the Bulldogs were expecting.
Well, 34 points or 104 points. It was good enough for the Lady Bulldogs to win. So now they move on to the second round of the district tournament, and guess who's waiting there? It's Jackson. Athens only had 1 loss during the regular season, and guess who that was to? It was to the Iron Ladies. So the Lady Bulldogs have a chance at revenge next Wednesday. What do they need to do from the first time to fix it and ultimately come away with a win?
Well, it was a tough loss for the Bulldogs last time. It was a close-scoring game, but with a few tweaks, the Bulldogs should be able to defeat the Iron Ladies this time around.
I think what we'll take away from the loss is just different things we can change up as coaches and as players, little things here and there that we need to do better. And, that's really what it comes down to. We're going to have to block out. We're going to have to put the ball in the hole.
All right, so just as the Athens boys have a fun rematch against Warren on Friday night, these Athens Lady Bulldogs have a fun one to look forward to next Wednesday. We will keep an eye on both of them. A lot of great games for the Athens Bulldogs fans to pay attention to. Thanks a lot, Emily. Unfortunately, you have to wait until Sunday to view another episode of Hardwood Heroes, but until then, join us on the web at woub.org/heroes to get all of the recaps from this week's contest. Also, join us on social media. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Hardwood Heroes, and follow us on Instagram at WOUB Sports. On all those social media sites, use the hashtag #ShootForTheShot to join the conversations about your favorite teams and players in tournament action. For Emily Roars, I'm Nick Camiotti reminding you to be heroic.